this is an introductory into, we're talking about elimination. So elimination is, like, what do you think about when you think about the word eliminate or elimination? Like, you think about a TV show where you get eliminated, or you get, like, voted off the show, or you don't get a rose, like, all those things, right? You get eliminated means you go away. You're done, right? Okay, so elimination works the same. What you want to do is you want to get rid of one of your variables. This sounds really weird, but just watch and see. I know it's a little crazy. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a pretty easy one, okay? So, negative 4x minus 2y equals negative 12, and 4x plus 8y equals negative 24. So, I want you to notice how these are aligned. So, negative 4x and positive 4, then my y's together, and then my constants together, right? So, I'm going to do some magic. Not really. Okay, I'm going to add these. Can I do that? Are you sure? I can. Okay. So, negative 4x plus 4x is what? Negative 4 plus 4 is, you guessed it, 0. They're eliminated. Okay, I won't be creepy anymore. So, then I continue to add. Negative 2y plus 8y is 6y equals negative 12 plus negative 24 is negative 36. Now, I solve for y. Divide by 6, divide by 6. Y equals, guess what? Negative 6. Now I know what y is, but in order to get a solution to a system, what do I need? I need an x and a y. So now, pick either equation. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to pick the first one, just because it's first. Or you can pick the second, because it doesn't have any negatives. Whichever one you want. So I'm going to just pick the first. So negative 4x minus 2 times my y is negative 6, minus my 2, equals negative 12. I'm just going to solve for x now. Negative 4x plus 12 equals negative 12. So to solve for 4x, I need to subtract my 12. So I'm going to subtract my 12. I get negative 4x equals negative 24. Then I divide by negative 4 on both sides. And negative 24 divided by negative 4 is a positive 6. So my point is 6, negative 6. And that's my answer. Okay? So let's try another one. I'm trying to see one. Let's just do one more. That's fine. Okay. So let's just do number 2. Remember, if I went too fast, you can always pause my videos or rewind and watch it again. Okay? So number 2. So once again, I notice my 4x and my negative 4x would cancel if I add, right? I don't want to do that one because it's the same as the one before. Let's go to number 3. So notice my negative y and my positive y will cancel when I add. So I'm going to add them. Notice, does it matter that this is x or y? No, as long as I cancel 1. So x plus 2x is 3x. Negative y plus y, only go away, equals 11 plus 19 is 30. Divide by 3. And x is 10. There's my x value. But I also need my, you guessed it, y value. So I'm going to use my first equation. X minus y equals 11. So I'm going to subtract 10, subtract 10. Those go away. Negative y equals 1, which means I divide by negative 1 because I don't want a negative y. I want to know what positive y is. So then y equals negative 1. So then my point would be 10, negative 1. So that is my solution to my system. Hopefully that makes sense. Remember, you can always ask me questions on the discussion board, but I want to do one more kind, okay? This one's a little bit different and a little bit more tricky, but that's okay. So, let's see. Let's try number 9. Okay, so look at number 9. Is there anything that I look at that right away I'm like, oh, I can totally cancel those if I add? 5x plus 10x isn't going to cancel. X times negative 7, or y plus negative 7y isn't going to cancel. So I can multiply one or both equations by a number. As long as I multiply everything by that number, it's perfectly fine. So there's 2 ways to do it. So I'm going to do one way first. I'm going to do my x's first, and then I'm going to do my y's. So if I want my x's to cancel, I want my 5 to become a negative 10. Because if it's negative 10 and a positive 10, they'll cancel, right? So I'm going to multiply this top one by negative 2, because negative 2 times 5 will give me negative 10. So negative 2 times 5x is negative 10x. Negative 2 times y is negative 2y. And then negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Notice, I have to multiply every single thing by that number, okay? Then I just bring down my other equation. Now, what do? I add. Negative 10x and positive 10x go away. That was the purpose, right? Negative 2y plus negative 7y is negative 9y equals negative 18 plus negative 18 is negative 36. Divide by negative 9, divide by negative 9, and y equals positive 4. Am I done? Nope. I gotta get my x value. So I'm just gonna use my first equation. Again, doesn't matter? No. Either one you use, you should get the same answer. So 5x plus 4 equals 9. Plugged in my 4 for my y. Subtract 4, I get 5x equals 5, so x must be 1. Perfect. Okay, so my point is 1, 4. Okay, so that's when I multiply to get my x's crossed out. Remember, it doesn't matter which one you end up eliminating as long as you eliminate one thing. And you don't have anything left over. Like, I wouldn't want to add, because if I added how it was, it wouldn't make any sense. I'd still have an x and still have a y. Okay? So let's try, what if we decided to eliminate our y's instead of our x first? So, I have a y and a negative 7. So what can I do to eliminate? Well, I can multiply this top one by a positive 7, because 7y minus 7y would be 0. So 7 times 5 is 35x. Plus 7y equals 9 times 7 is 63. I bring down my other equation. And then I'm going to add 35x plus 10x is 45x. My y's cancel, and I'm left with 63 minus 18 is, please correct me if I'm wrong, is 45, 45, yes. Divide by 45, divide by 45, and x is 1. Hey, that's the same thing I got before. Let's have it when I plug in. So 5 times 1 plus y equals 9. Well, 5 plus what equals 9? 4, right? So that's where I get this y is 4 as well. Okay? So notice, it doesn't matter which one. Doesn't really matter. There's a million and one ways to do it. You can choose to multiply both of them by something, or you can just multiply one. Really doesn't matter. What matters is what makes sense to you. Remember, if you have questions, please ask me on my discussion board. Remember, you can rewatch these over and over again, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do.